A little Esper control deck here. I've worked on and off with Esper. Oh nope, not trying to foil nothing. I've worked on and off with Esper for a while, pretty much since Battle for Zendikar came out, and trying to find the build on it. Been back and forth between a lot of versions. Ramp is a problem, but more so like mono red aggro is a bit of a problem. It is a headache of a matchup. It's not a good matchup, and it's not a great matchup for this version either, though I think this version does better than most. But yep, little goblins can be a real pain in the neck for an Esper player, and big Ulamogs can be too if you don't build the deck correctly. I really hate running 5-mana sorcery speed cards like Angelic Edict, but you really need it. You need to be able to interact with the enchantments because there are a lot of good value enchantments that mess with you, and you need to be able to exile big monsters like Ulamog on demand. Just get that out of town. And imagine if the Green Warden bug was fixed and it also triggered on death. You need a way to exile Green Warden too. And eventually that bug will probably get fixed, probably in April with the new version of the game. And when it's fixed, you're going to want to exile it. Hopefully we get that black removal spell that exiles for 4 mana so we don't have to keep using Angelic Edict. Whoa, we're up against a fat stack. Hello. 85 cards and couldn't decide what to cut. Now for me, this is an interesting hand, but I think it's too slow, and we're going to try to do better, and I think we did. Very similar hand, but it will get the job done. And the question is, that doesn't look like a Thopter deck, which is the main reason we use Displacement Wave, and there's our other blue source, so we can easily, comfortably go get white. And let's set up. See if our opponent can put us under pressure and make this game interesting. Step 1 with a control deck. Are you under early pressure? And if not, how can you take advantage of that lack of pressure? This deck tries to take advantage of a lack of pressure by drawing a ton of cards. We have a bunch of Artificer's Epiphanies, Coastal Discoveries, Alchemist Vials, and we even have some Read the Bones. So it's draw, draw, draw when you're not kill, kill, kill. And our opponent's going to lead with Nissa. Curious to see if they decide to attack with that Nissa or not. Certainly something I would like to kill. This is the time where those Reeve Souls, all 3 of them, it would be nice for one to show up. This is why they're needed in the deck. But we don't have it yet. Coastal Discovery showed up. Nothing wrong with that. The deck doesn't play a lot of counters. Okay. So, let's think. I think we'll see what he wants to do with that Nissa. If he attacks with it, I think we can Flare, then next turn we can Coastal Discovery, then the turn after that we can Possess Scab, which can trade with Hunt Beast if he doesn't pump it, and it can get back either Coastal Discovery or Flare, and Flare can trade with the Hunt Beast if he is pumping it. So that's what we'll try to do, Read the Bones. We want to be mana efficient every turn that we can, so even though we're not awakening this at this moment, we're just going to cast it like so. Using all your mana is pretty crucial in this deck. You just kind of want to always be active. You're either killing things or drawing cards if there's nothing to kill, or drawing ways to kill things. So there is the pump, and there is the pump. Hello. So we're going to want to get that Flare back. And that's kind of unfortunate because obviously when you get your Flare back, well, they know you have it, and they're probably not going to go running into it. So it stalls them, but it forces us to sit there with 2 mana up for the rest of the game. Much rather find a Planar Outburst or a Flesh Bag. Hello, that's my boy. Get out there. Glad that you came. And again, let's use our mana, draw more cards, keep the card flow coming. And we definitely have plenty of ways to stock the hand, so now we just have to make sure that we keep the threats from killing us while we do it. And so time to ramp up. Maybe there'll be some bigger threats in our opponent's deck, which we'll have to get prepared for. Let's dig. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's see if we can find an untapped land to dig even more so. Nope, but I will take both of those. The great thing about this deck is you make your own luck. If you draw enough cards, you'll eventually draw the right ones. You just have to stay alive and keep drawing cards. And this deck draws a ton of cards. Okay, you got a suppression bonds, no problem. We can just... we'll probably do this at some point, but we may hold off on it for a minute. Let's see... Bam. Don't really want to run into Gideon's Reproach or Celestial Flare ourselves. So what do we want to do more? Do we want to go Possess Scab and set up a Coastal Discovery and start working on our opponent's life total? Do we want to stock more cards into our hand? Do we want a Displacement Wave because we get back Alchemist Vial and Jace and then we could recast? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I like that. I don't think we're going to get a lot more out of Displacement Wave in this game. Let's make him answer Jace not once but twice. Also, the more bonds, suppression bonds we eat up, kind of the better, because we have more Planeswalkers that will be showing up eventually. They will make their appearance. They want their appearance fees. Tragic Arrogance, that's going to do nothing. I feel dirty. That maybe he thought that was a planar outburst. I don't know what to tell you, man. That's not a planar outburst. So what card don't we need? Actually, I don't think we need Artificer's Epiphany. I think we got plenty of draw to go. We want to keep hitting land drops. That's kind of a big deal in a deck with a lot of Awaken cards like this one. You never really want to miss a land drop unless you have to. And our opponent kind of left the shields down, so we get some life and event hit, which we're definitely going to take. We're going to leave up Celestial Flare because Gaia's Revenge might be in our future, and we're going to spike this Alchemist Vial so that our Epiphany doesn't make us discard in the near future. I just love how proactively this deck is always kind of churning and doing things, as opposed to sitting back and doing nothing with a bunch of counter spells in your hand. It's kind of, it's a bit different from what other people do with the deck. There's a lot of people trying to play Draw Go Esper, but I've just found it to be unable to really cope, because eventually your opponents, especially ramp opponents, make big plays that you can't really deal with. Alright, he's got another Divine Favor, and he's got a Gatecreeper Vine. And we certainly don't want that messing us with our abilities to Celestial Flare. So we'll probably languish those next turn, because we can afford to. Our opponent still has 5 cards, so this game is, you know, we are not out of the woods. But he left the shields down again, so we can get in another vent hit, tick up our Planeswalker, get rid of his little dorks. Seems good. So it's a very, as opposed to a Draw Go Esper, this is a very much a tap-out Esper. Just always killing stuff, drawing cards, or attacking with lands. And so not Draw Go, tap out, but still very much a control deck. And I do think, after playing with it for a while, that it's just better. Proactivity is so much better in this format than reactivity, and the deck is, in a way, proactive in just how it keeps gathering resources. So there's a problem, and we're going to need, we have a Solemn Offering, and we have 3 Angelic Edicts in the deck to get rid of that. Displacement Wave will hold it off in the meantime. And he's going off, so to speak, but that's not going to be too big of a deal. Reeve Soul can take care of the Herald. Jace can hit one of those, and then we can get our card draw on and try to find a way to deal with that Zendikar's Royal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this turn, because there's a new impending threat coming our way, we're going to fire off one Epiphany now and save one for potential end step. Because we haven't hit our land drop, would love to hit it, and we're not going to, but that's okay. Life goes on. We're leaving... Aw, shoot, I meant to leave a white up. Eventually you play too fast and you keep mistapping. I think this is like my 4th mistap today, which is... I promise, if you're watching me for the first time, you're like, this guy's being an idiot, but not how I usually do things. So let's see, we got a Bellower. Maybe we're gonna Wreck Sage blow up my Vial? Nope, just get that green-white person. It would be really nice to find Planar Outburst and or Solemn Offering, something like that. Not yet. So what are we gonna do to him? What are we gonna do? Kill that -1 Celestial Flare. Works, I think. Need to leave 2 white. I can do that. Okay. Let's hit this one. Actually, we'll burn a Vial instead. Because we've got 2. And let's keep drawing towards those sweepers. If he has pump spells, that could be a problem, but I mean, it's a huge deck, so you have to imagine he probably plays with, like, Wild Size or something, but it's an enchantment deck, so I think it'll be a pre-combat thing if he has an enchantment. Archangel, gotcha. That thing's a pain. Fortunately, we don't plan to do much blocking. Burn that Vial. You could still have Wild Size. I'm willing to take the risk, though. Yep. Doesn't seem like the kind of deck that would run Wild Size. Sometimes you just gotta go with your gut. Now, do I want to ultimate Jace and... Ooh, there we go. Do I want to ultimate Jace and try to mill out the 61 card deck? He has 27 life, so I actually think that's a good play. Unbelievable, but let's do it. Newly Awaken. Yeah, we can Awaken. We'll see how he dies first. From Awakened Land Beatdown, from Ob Nixilis, or from Jace Ultimate. But because he has so much life, and because we have so many spells to go, I think the Jace Ultimate's the right play just to get kind of a victory condition that he can't remove. Because he might be able to, like, outlife gain us and just never let us pull off the victory by conventional means. And we don't want to deck ourselves. No, we do not. That would be embarrassing. Ondu Rising. That, we're going to have to Vial, but that's okay. That's what they're in there for. Vial is a... Oh, now we don't have to. Tapped wrong. I was going to say Vial is a surprisingly good bailout a lot of the times when the opponent has Awaken cards, but didn't need it this time. Alright, let's see what we get here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Draw that card. Reeve Soul. Still haven't found that enchantment removal, and it would be nice to do that. Let's get our vent to work. See if he wants to trade anything. Gonna leave this one at home. Offer the trade with his awakened land. He's gonna use his gate creeper. No worries there. Alright. We'll just keep that off the board. Do the graveyard review. And pass the turn. Valor. Yep. We actually have a lot of ways to deal with enchantments, as I've probably said a few times now. But haven't drawn them. Let's do... So we're going to have to do something like this, which I don't really want to do. I'd rather save Celestial Flare for Gaia's Revenge, but as it stands, this is the play. Come on, the choice is fish. You only get one choice, which makes it a not choice. It's not a choice that you have. I guess you could unplug your console. That's all I got for you. Yep, millin', millin', millin'. Floodin', floodin', floodin'. Let's go review again. There's a revenge. Still one to go. Start with this. I should have awakened my vent after playing Coastal Discovery. That's what I'll forever call the Mobius mistake. And apparently I didn't learn from it like I should have. Off my game today. Can't try to hide it, but yeah, if you're going to awaken your Shambling Vent, you awaken it first, then you activate it. Because the text on Awaken is that target land becomes a 0/0 creature. So our Shambling Vent was a 2/3, then it became a 0/0. Next time we activate it, it will already be a 2/3, and then the counters will take effect, and it'll be a 6/7. And it could have been a 6/7 that turn, had I done my stuff right. Finally. Yeah, I'd concede too. That's a doozy. Now we're just going to town. Wipe out his whole battlefield. And his whole deck. Leave him with nothing. So, top deck Gaia's Revenge? Maybe? What can the AI do? What can the AI do? Let's try to... Hey, there goes that Guy's Revenge. Yep. Get back our scabs so that the cycle could continue indefinitely, but we'll finish it off with a vial. And yeah, there's the Jace decking of a very, very large 85 card pile. And our opponent never really got a foothold. Their deck is a bit too slow, not very interactive. Kind of a deck that an Esper control, a good Esper control, should make quite a bit of mincemeat out of. They also didn't draw Gaia's Revenge, which would have made us at least play differently. And let's get another. Let's get out there and do it. Searching for other players. Will there be another player to find? You'd think somewhere in the world there is one other Magic player who just can't wait to get their duel on. Am I wrong? I could be wrong. Alright, I'm gonna run for a beverage. I think I can make it. Wish me luck. That's a disappointing message to come back from a beverage run, too. Let's try again, shall we? Wonder how much of my collective streaming video time is taken up by searching for players. I know that Hakeem, I think it was either Hakeem or Mobius and I were musing about this one day. How much time do we spend trying to make content for this game, and all we're doing is searching for players or waiting to join a match? Today hasn't been bad. I've had much worse days. I've had ridiculous days. And I remember when the game first came out, or, well, kind of the relaunch of the game came out, because the first version from September was so screwed up that when they relaunched it in December, it felt like nobody was playing. It felt like it, you know, I might wait half an hour to find somebody on some days and at some times. And I'm not exaggerating, that's the truth. On iOS, I remember the weekend Battle for Zendikar update came out. I sat around at home that weekend. I had no plans, and I was just trying to connect to games on my iPad all weekend. And that's all I was really doing with my time. And at the end of one day, where literally for probably 12 hours that day I was trying to connect to opponents, I only had 8 games to show for it. 8 games in 12 hours. My devotion to this game is ridiculous, and none of you are expected to give a crap as much as I do, because, yeah, it's kind of unhealthy. I'm trying to get some clarity into what I should fetch with this, so let me see what my opponent plays next. But given my hand, it should be a blue for displacement wave. Okay, that definitely means it's displacement wave. Should I give him a chance to Dragon Fodder again? Or maybe Thopter Engineer? I think I will. I think I'll hold off for 1 minute and get my vial on. Another black now suddenly looks appealing since we ripped both of our languishes in a row. That's kind of unusual. Blood flow. Well, guess I shouldn't have waited. That punishes me for waiting, because now he can sack those tokens to his blood flow in response to a wave, which makes it much less appealing. Let's draw cards and try to draw out of our mana troubles. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Blue, 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 black. I guess I'll get the black just to be sure. Because if I don't, I have to get black or white so that the ISO Chapel enters untapped anyway. I may as well set up in case I draw another tap land and would rather use that next turn. Going to town. Wow. I get to wipe the board, but he will get to reset with 3 new cards in the hand. So yeah, I definitely should have just displacement waved, and I'm kind of mad at myself for not doing that. I do seem pretty well set up. I mean, you don't see a hand of Displacement Wave, Languish, Planar Outburst, so if he's a creature deck, he does have a lot of mountain to climb. That doesn't work that way, but so be it. He doesn't get the extra draw because he sacrificed it after sacrificing his Smothering Abomination, but there's no way around that. So it doesn't matter whether he did it or not. He still gets the draw 3. So I Languish, he draws 3. Not cool. But you get 2 Smothering Abominations, and if he's just red-black, he doesn't really have a way to fetch Smothering Abomination. Oh, never mind, he's got more Chorimire. And now he'll rebuild, but anything he rebuilds with, we better just kill. Yeah, that's something we can just kill. Vampiric Good times. Alright. Say goodbye. And let's keep the cards coming. Oh, so he's not going to cast, he's not just going to stone cold cast off that Abomination again, so maybe we can catch it with Scatter. What we really don't want to see is Ob Nixilis. But even that wouldn't be too bad, because we can buy time and find a way to pressure it. And he's going to go Blood Flow. Is he also going to go with something to sack? Yeah, he is. He can't use rights at the moment, so it's really tempting to just blow his world up. But if I wait, I get to start awakening things, but that walks into things like Act of Treason. But if we wipe his board, who cares? But last time I waited, I got in trouble. I got in quite a bit of trouble. Let's just catch, let's catch that Smothering Abomination here, and then we can do this the next turn. And all along the way, we can start waking up big lands. Yep, you got Fada. He's gonna attack, which means he's not gonna sack anything while he does. And we'll start awakening lands. Gotta start somewhere. Blue, 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 black, black, black. Doesn't matter, we'll go with the black. Because we have another in our hand. His last card, maybe something like a Bone Splinters, would make sense. But he didn't fire it off. And we're going to awaken a different land so that we don't just die to, what's the card I'm thinking of? Like, his whole, like, Fleshbag Marauder is something that would be an obvious punishment there. So now he's on the back foot. Let's see what he can do. Probably steal and sack something. Yeah. Gonna need some life gain. And gonna need to leave mana up for those vials. It's possible I shouldn't have been awakening anything, but usually we gotta start beating him up at some point. Altar's Reap, yeah. Let's see. So how can we best beat him? I guess we can Planeswalker beat him without playing creatures. Oh, that's a good way. That's gonna come in really handy. Let's also work on finding our Solemn Offering. Or another scatter would be nice. Edict's fine. Another Displacement Wave. Probably will be helpful eventually. Act of Treason. Okay. No attackies, please. So what else he got? Looming Spires, cool. Let's rebuild that life total, and hopefully he doesn't have Fiery Impulse, which I wouldn't really... I mean, it could be... It's in his colors, but I wouldn't expect it in his deck. Not with the kind of cards I've seen, because it doesn't have a lot of synergy with the rest of the deck, and it's very much a synergy deck that he's running. So, looks like he's hitting a bit of a flood. I'm not gonna say I'm disappointed. Lets us rebuild our life total, pick on him a bit. Shambling Vents is actually just amazing in this deck. It's amazing how often the life gain shows up huge. Gets us out of trouble. Trouble that we usually help create. And we're going to keep doing this for as long as it works. Probably much safer than awakening lands and getting them Traitorous Instinct. Well, he drew something to think about. Still passing the turn. Interesting. Keep offering the pain. It's amazing how hard something like a Shambling Vents can be to deal with. It's also amazing when you think about it how much sorcery speed removal is in this format. I mean, it's a sorcery format. Sorcery, sorcery. Same card. Sorcery, sorcery, sorcery. And this is a control deck. Do I want to play this Jace? I don't think I do. Not until we can get rid of those vampiric rights and at least make the sacrifice process harder. Otherwise, stealing and sacking with it is too easy. Here comes a Smothering Abomination. That's probably the card he drew last turn and was wondering about when and how to cast it. And a Priest, okay. He tapped out to do that. That's something. So how do I want to deal with that? Planar Outburst is kind of the obvious one. And getting this tapping thing right is such a pain. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. I guess I should just do the manual tapping, but gosh, that feels like pulling teeth as well. Hopefully I can find a way to make that easier someday. Alright, what else you got up your sleeve? He obviously was he probably drew the Abomination and then drew the Priest, but it looks like he's been slow rolling some threats to see if we'll make a mistake and play into them. I shall not. I think I will be very careful about this. Let's think. Let's just, he's gonna get to draw a card off that anyway. Let's just make him do it now. In case there's any tricksy, tradey things that he plans to do. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get Gideon out here. But we're not gonna make a knight, because that can be used against us. We're just gonna plus. Also, let's try to hit our land drop. More lands is good. And that's a good land. Good man land. I look forward to seeing what the new version of the game will look like. Hopefully they, nail down some of the things that I would say have gone horribly awry. Haha. Well, they're interesting. He does not go for the vents. But he's got Ulamog in that deck, which I find so preposterous. But that's fine. Now he's just shooting the moon. This is a deck that doesn't cringe very much when Ulamog shows up. It basically welcomes him. He's like, hey buddy, how you doing? Now get out of my game. You're exiled. We've got 3 of those edicts, and we have 3 possessed scabs to get back edicts that we have used, and we have a stupid amount of card draw to get to it. So it's usually no problem to deal with Ulamog once he shows up. And if we need more time to deal with that Ulamog, we have 4 Alchemist Vials to stall him while we find our edicts. Congratulations on your goblins. Just like this. I know you're going to draw some cards. That does not bother me. I am getting back one of my Alchemist Vials so that I might too join in this card drawing fun. And if you like watching Shambling Vents get activated, all you have to do is rewatch this screen. Because this deck is all about them Shambling Vent. Alright. So he plays out his Vampiric Rites, but didn't play anything to go with them. Probably has a handful of steal your stuff type effects. Still just not even going to bother playing creatures. Not even going to awaken stuff anymore. Ah, there we go. That's good. Should I leave up Scatter? We've already dealt with Ulamog. What else could he... I can't think of anything he could possibly have, so let's just start working on these. Not afraid to cast all my sorcery spells in this deck, even with Scatter in my hand. Sometimes you have to think, what could they even do that I'd want to scatter? Right now, I can't think of something that they could do that would freak me out or make me regret casting my spells. Now, there is a good question, is like, do I want to put out this Scab? Because I can get rid of the Vampiric Rites. I can also beat down for the win in 2 turns, but... see. And then he can steal it. He runs Altar's Reap, so he can likely steal my Scab and reap it, which I don't love it. It means that spending time dealing with the Vampiric Rites is likely not a good use of that time. We'll just keep it simple. The Shambling Vents, I think, are going to take him all the way from 20 to 0. Doesn't look like he has anything at instant speed to cope with Shambling Vent. If you like watching Shambling Vents activate, this is the stream for you. You have come to the right place. Do not care about that. Draw me some more cards, please. Both Celestial Flares. Nice. And... yeah, and... oh, you got me. The AI has seen through my charade and activated Vampiric Rites. Can't hurt. I was gonna use the Alchemist Vial to get the last damage through, but the AI has saved me of such a job. I bet there's a lot of Traitorous Instinct in that hand. Alright. So, let's see. That was a pretty long game. I don't know if I have time for another. I did promise my wife I would be out the door at 4:45, and these games can take longer than that. So do I have something? Let's go get a bonus game, and let's do it with red. Now you get to see some red deck wins, which, you know, the exact opposite of what I've been playing all day. Of the careful control deck where I keep screwing up by tapping things wrong, and every turn and every resource matters, to red, which is like throw everything at the face. Hope for the best. Yeehaw. Cowboy style. Bam. Oh, good. We got right into a game. Perfect. So, what's it gonna be? It looks like some Chandra-esque lady hanging out in Azorius land. Somebody at least knows how to pick unique backgrounds and avatars. Better than you can say for anybody who has Jace in the Wasteland. This hand is awful. I mean, this is bad. And our opponent... Well, it can't be worse than theirs. Oh goodness. Nobody wants to watch this stuff. The gold ain't worth it to me. Let's try again. And I was all excited because we got right into a game. Searching, searching, searching. I know, I was very fortunate to have a hand that could probably do well against a multitude opponent. Just some of that lead intimidation skills that, you know, everybody needs to master in the game of Magic to truly compete on a pro level. Just beating down those mulligans to 2. And if I were a lesser person, I would mark down that as a win in the win column and report about my amazing deck that wins like 110% of its matches. And never bother to mention about those mulligans to 2 or those collections that aren't unlocked. And check it out. I was excited because we got right into a game. Now we can't get into a game. Now we're freezing up every time we try to join. Just 2 in a row, which isn't that bad. But it could be worse, but still it's funny. It's like I got into a game, everything was great, now it's taken a while. If I don't connect to one soon, I'm just going to have to log off and get on out of here. Because like I said, promised my wife I'd be out the door in about 15 minutes. So, this is your last chance. This is your last chance to join a game. You gonna do it? Trying here. I'm trying, guys. It's so hard to leave like this. It's so hard to throw in the towel. But let's I'll give it one more chance. Give it just one more last chance. Before we say we're through. One more. That was a country song. We can take it over to R&B and some hip hop. Say one more chance, baby, give me one more chance. Hey, are we in? Wait, what just happened? Come, let's go, let's go. Let's do this. All right. This guy with his arm and his facial hair, his eyebrow, people's eyebrow going on. This guy. All right. Show me the you're dead on turn 4 red hand. Let's do it. Wow, Sure. Probably could be better, but I mean, I can't throw away double firecraft. double firecraft. It actually isn't that. It isn't an amazing hand, but if it doesn't get the job done, what does? Oh, come on, don't be stalling me, buddy. I gotta go. I can't be getting in trouble. I can't be getting in wife trouble. That's not how it works. So let's get wide. Dope and free blade. Dope and free blade. It's Taupe and free blade. And I've got all these goblins. Sorceries are where it's at, man. I don't know if you noticed. This deck has a lot of this game has a lot of sorcery going on. Gotta love all that sorcery. Where's our, is it Warping Whale that counters sorcery spells? It's gonna change the game, buddy. Yeah, be afraid, you free blade. Taupe and free blade is scared to attack. Nope, he's not. He's coming. So I think we have to do it like so. I could let him get Renown and then Firecraft him, but then I still have to kill this stupid 1/3, which is actually a really annoying, it's a really annoying casting cost for us. I think let's give ourselves 2 turns to draw Fiery Impulse before we get that crazy. Before we go crazy. Because we've got, I know we run the Fiery Impulses in here. Let's just see if we can find it. Not yet. Nope. You go away. You there. You up here. Let's wait one more turn before we go charging in. Just one more turn. Maybe I've been playing too much Control today and I'm not being aggro-ish enough. It's a possibility. Please languish me. I deserve it. I deserve to be languished. Yep, gain that life. Never mind. What else you got? I mean, if he's going to do that main phase, I'm not even going to need to shoot. Oh my goodness, this is going to be fun. Alright, I guess I don't have to shoot the 1/3 if he's going to activate it that way. Rawr. That also helps. Getting wide now. Attacking with all my goblins now. He's taking damage now. Sweet. Still tempting to blast that stupid medic. But nah. He doesn't seem to know how to use it quite right. And now we have Titan Strength to bowl through it if he learns. And what I mean by use it right is he should be blocking with it and activating the ability on end step or after blocks are declared. But he's gonna combo me. He's gonna make his critter a 3/2. He's gonna play a Guardian Automaton. Your goodness gracious. Guardian Automaton. Gaining life now. Majoring bully now. Alright. Ki. See if he wants to block. He hasn't blocked anything yet. And even if he does, I mean, you can't block that, dude. That's it got renown now. Renown. What's that do? Well, when a creature with Renown deals combat damage to a player for the first time, it becomes Renown and gets a +1/+1 counter. Da, 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 da. What's that got to do with it? Well, Goblin Glory Chaser, when it is Renown, has Menace. What is Menace, you say? A creature with Menace can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures, although for some reason, they give the opponent the option to block and then inform them that they can't. I'm sure this is a new player. I am glad to have you aboard, new player, but you must drown in the fires of my veteran skills. Sorry. Just the way it has to be. Just the way it has to be. Oh, you got me with the angel. You know, actually all this life gain is a bit of a pain in my butt, but I have faith. The goblins will prevail. What are you gonna do? You gonna attack me with both those creatures? I would. That would probably be smart. You want to put me on a clock. Nope, he's not gonna attack with anything. What to do? Zap. Let's get sideways on yo butt. Brah! Getting wide now. Goblins going ham. With their leader, the majoring bully. You know, the guy who tried to bully Jason got his, got zapped for it. Yeah, that's a good block. That's what I'd do. There you go, buddy. Now you get in there, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 14, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So killing that automaton, I don't think I want to, but every turn that remains in play he gains life. I just really want. I'm gonna give myself another turn to get to that fiery impulse that I really want. I don't want to burn a Titan strength on it, because that's just a 2 for 1.5. Half a goblin. Game is taking a long time for Mono Red. Let's go. I got 8 minutes, and I still have to get dressed. So I have to like run upstairs. I have to throw the right clothes on. I should probably go to the bathroom because it is cold outside, and I have to be out the door. So you guys, I will be shutting this thing down with a quickness as soon as this guy either finishes me or I finish him. Alright, he's got the Serene Stewart combo. He's got another Topin Freeblade. My goodness. So much fodder in my way. So many dorks. Makes going wide so hard. Alright. Alright, more dorks. How about some removal spells? I've got 4 Twin Bolts and 4 Fiery Impulse. How about them? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Alright, let's kill you. Well, actually, this thing is probably the pressing threat because it'll grow. You die. I could have saved it and tried to use it in combat, but that would kind of be preying on his newness and would likely just be bad form. Alright, so not attacking, still can't really get an attack through, and he's got as good a chance as any. I mean, you are playing life gain against the Gobbo deck, so could be in trouble, could have some problems awaiting me. Yep, there he goes. Gain that 1. Gain that 1. Staying alive, staying alive. Ah, not that. Not that card. Ugh. You gonna bring that Topin? You gonna throw that Topin in my face? Because at this point I'll trade the Gobbos. At this point you can have the Fada. Loincloth going to its doom. Okay. I think it is time. That 1 will get blocked by the automaton, and like that, And we're going to save 2 of them. Attacking this way because I don't want to... He could just like try to eat all my goblin fodder tokens. I want to at least force him to make some blocks where I get trades. Like if he just blocked all of his 2 toughness and 3 toughness creatures on all my 1/1s, I would only be able to save 1 of them. But this way I get to force the board to blow up a little bit. You still can't block the Glory Chaser, Holmes. You can't. No. And see if I had attacked with another... okay. Now that's what I'm talking about. Let's get all this stuff dead. That's what I'm talking about. Do I not want a Mage Ring? Not really. It just charges in every turn and I'm out of spells. I want something better. I want some Infectious Bloodlust or a Chandra. I want some burn spells. Alright, let's get it on. 5 minutes till I gotta be out the door. And my opponent, of course, is playing a life gain deck. And we got another Stewart, so he's got the combo. Ah, no! Alright. What to do now? I guess we get in there. This is getting really insane. But we've ground through a lot of his cheap dorks. I mean, it's a deck built to give mono red fits, for sure. What are you gonna do, Serene Stewart? I think you're gonna block the Glory Chaser. No, you're not. We gotta get that thing off the table. It's just gonna grow out of control if we don't. Oh, hello. Yeah, I want you. Get rid of that 1/3 at last. Make him play something else. We have whipsawed our way through so much junk. Look at all that. Ugh. Life gain. Black-white life gain. Of course that's what I'm going to run into, but we've still got it. We've still got our shot at this. And you die. Get out of my life. Once and for all. Sure would have loved to do that a long time ago. And now you gotta play something. We've whittled, I don't know how much life he's gained, but it's been too much. I think we've probably dealt like 30. 30 going on 40. Yeah, that'll keep you alive. Damn it. Come on now. Come on. Show me something good. That's not that good. Think I'm just gonna have to let him block these gobos and try to put the clock down to another 1-turn clock. He's probably gonna try to block wrong. Come on, man. You can block a token. It's okay. It's okay. What do we got? 2 minutes. I got 2 minutes. All right. Is this it? Is this it? No! No, not an ally off the top. Ah! Okay. It's not right. It's not right. Oh, yes! Okay. The bailout. The big bailout. Let's do this. Nailed it. There were several cards in the deck that could do it, but that is one of them. Unless he has Reprisal. He could have Reprisal. Like, he's played this whole game with that one card stuck in hand, and I've given him nothing to Reprisal. Gotta go for it. Top. No! No! Alright, guys. Well, that's it. I'm sorry. I gotta go. I think you can win the game from there, but I have to leave. Much love to everyone. Sorry to leave it unfinished. Let's assume that I lost the game.